Hey everybody, it's Pam at the Paper Outpost. I know I'm very close. This is that crazy time of the week where we clean our ears? No, this is Craft Chat, and we're talking everything junk journal, answering your crafty questions, and picking another winner for the Scrappy Contest. So, let's dive in. I'm going to be making some altered paper clips. Again, yes, I know, but I need them. So here we go. And I'm going to try and make them a little different, just to shake things up a little bit. Okay, so let's get started. So I had this, I was going through my stuff. You know how you go through your stuff? I was going through my stuff, and I found this, and I thought it was really pretty. It's some kind of paper ribbon, and I thought, this looks like it could be really pretty paper clips. And let's just try. I thought, and then, not only that, I came across, where is it? It's here. I made a paper clip like this. So this is a little different. I mean, we've done these before, but I have been making the paper clips so the paper clip goes straight down like that. But this is the sideways paper clip technique. So maybe we can, shake it up a bit and do some different things. And I just found these loose little shapes that came in something, and I thought, well, maybe we're going to put those to work today. I also have, I hope you're doing well. I hope everything is good and wonderful and loving and fabulous. And if it's not, just come on and craft anyway, because it's the answer to everything, right? It is. It just is. Okay, let's get in with the papers. All right. Okay, it's got little different shapes, all sorts of fun things to play with. This is one of those end pages of an old book. I love to put this paper to use. It often comes with different textures, different thicknesses, and it's just plain plum cool. Yes, it's just plain plum cool. All right, let us get a metal ruler and do some tearing. All right, just see here. This one has got a rough edge. Oh, let me back up a little bit. Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. All right. Focus? Yep. All right, we're rocking, we're rolling, and we don't know where we're going, but we're going to have fun. That's it. So whatever you got in front of you, doesn't matter if you're making altered paper clips or whatever you're doing, just have some fun, make some stuff. Doesn't matter if it comes out great. It's all about the process and just, this is our little place to escape. So let's do it. All right, let me maybe tear a few of these up just so we have some to play with. I like tearing. It's quick, it's to the point. It gives you a nice deckled edge. Well, yeah, you can see that. A nice deckled edge, a rough edge, which is very pretty, I think. And it doesn't really matter the thickness. You can make these as thick or as thin as you want. It's all good. It's all good. We'll do some thinner ones. All right, so now we have some bases to play with. We have this. We can do some bases out of this. Maybe I'll just grab a pair of scissors and do a little snipping. See what we got here. And I'll try and give it a straight top to begin. Chair's too far. Okay, come on in. All right, now let's see. Now I've got my small paper clips because I'm running out of the large paper clips, so apparently we're going to be making small. What if you could connect these in some way, if that would be cool? I know there's so many things you can do with paper clips, right? But we're just be making some, good old altered paper clips. Let's see, with the traditional way I've been making, okay, first I have to pick up the paper clip. Not an easy trick. Let's just cut it here and see if that's long enough. And I'm going to do just the old simple, grabbing the little loop. Are you too far? Come closer. Not quite that close. Okay. Grabbing the little loop on the inside. Okay. And this is the classic fold up. The fold up, glue and done. Glue and done. You know what I mean? It's pretty already. You don't need to do any more than that. Let's do a few of those because I need some of those. And then you can always elaborate from there, right? I'm pulling out my good old Fabrifix glue. Clear silicone glue. Glues fabric to fabric, fabric to paper, paper to paper. Not sponsored, just like it. You can use really any glue here. I don't think that would be a problem. Okay, one and done, right? I mean, just easy. You could just crank these out till the cows come home. So it looks like I'm doing about 3 flowers. Let me just cut a few of these. I'll actually get something done. 'Tis the holidays, got to get things done. And thank you to everybody who purchased a Happy Kit. And I'm sorry I only had 20, but I will be making more kits along those lines. They'll probably always have something different in them, just because it's based on supplies of what I have and the time I have to make them. And but I like to kind of think how I can always, I don't know, bring new things to you, or up the game, improve the, you know, whatever. I like looking for things too. So it's a little, you know, selfish on my part because I have fun finding the things. Yeah, and it makes me feel like, okay, well, I'm shopping for my business, so it's okay. And I get a lot of, you know, mileage out of that happy talk. It's just, I could, you know, the heck with buying regular stuff. I could just shop for ephemera and interesting papers and old books and fabric and trim and that kind of stuff. You know, who needs food? You know, it's such a, I like, oh, I got to go to the grocery store. Must get food. Because often, you know, I go to the fridge and there's nothing. And so I'm thinking, well, yeah, I got to go. And I'm trying to go only when I am full, which you end up not buying anything. And then you get back home. And then about 2 hours later, you're hungry again and there's nothing there. So, yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to say is it's not as fun for me to shop for food as it is to shop for junk journal stuff. Yeah. And yeah, somebody was asking me where I get my stuff. And originally I started with just what I had. I was a collector already and I wasn't thinking about junk journal stuff. But when that came along, it was like a match made in heaven. You got to be kidding. Now I have a place where I can put all these fun things I've been collecting and display them and share them with others. And it seemed like it all made sense. It was like the glove fit, you know. I don't know what to tell you. It was just like the skies, the clouds parted, the seas parted, everything parted, and glory days were here. And so off we went, justified in greater moments of shopping. And so anyway, somebody was asking me, you know, where I get my stuff and stuff like that. So when I started, I had a collection already. So I used part of my own collection. And then I got more motivated to go get more stuff. So I branched out. First, I generally hit up family and friends first. I've almost bled them dry. Honestly, they don't even see me coming anymore. It's like, oh yeah. But I have some that are, I put this aside for you because I thought you might. And I'm like, yes, I would. Yeah, this is wonderful. And I'm always like so touched when people put things aside because, you know, they tell me like, oh, I was just going to get rid of it anyway. I wasn't going to do anything with it. And I knew you'd put it to good use. And I thought, heck yeah, no problem. And so that became an easy place to go to. And then I kind of drained those folks dry. So I had to branch out to flea markets and garage sales and estate sales and yard sales and consignment shops and antique malls. And then I discovered Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. And then I got into eBay and auctions, like actually going and, you know, buying auctions. You can do auctions online or you can do auctions where you go. I mean, it's just getting started again after the whole, you know, thingy. But it's kind of nice because you can buy bigger lots of things. And, you know, you just have to remember that, oops. See, I'm getting distracted. You make money when you buy. That's right. Not when you sell, but when you buy. I know it might sound strange, but yeah, if you pay a lot for something, you're not going to make as much money on it no matter how much you sell it for. So what came apparent to me very quickly was I needed to find a way to buy in larger quantity. So as I was making things and selling things, I would save up the money and then I would look for bigger collections of items. And that's where it became more feasible for me and for people to buy the things where it wouldn't be ridiculously priced. I mean, maybe you think my prices are ridiculous anyway, that's possible, but I do try and give you the best deal I can for the stuff that's in there and variety. I think that variety is always what tickled me when I was looking for things. If I could find like a whole little cache of interesting little items all together, then that would be a lot of fun. So, and then, you know, organizing all this stuff. That's a whole other thing that often is not thought about, but it's definitely part of the process. So if you're interested in collecting old ephemera and that, there's you kind of got to think, how are you going to store it? How are you going to separate it? How are you going to catalog it? How are you going to remember where on earth it is? I mean, just where is it? Where did you put that? That can come into play. All right, let's grab some of these. And let's answer one of your questions since we're at a nice little segue here. I don't know if that was a segue, but we're just going to answer one of your questions. Catherine Windsor asks, this is on the Altered Paperclip with Button craft chat. Okay, so she is asking, have you ever thought of selling a scrap bag in your Etsy shop? You could do it in kind of like the same way you do your FUNDLEs, only with scraps instead of book pages. You always have such fun looking scraps, but some of us are never lucky enough to win contests and just have to outright buy the things we want in this world. Oh, that's an interesting concept. I have had a couple of people bring that up, so I'll take a little poll today. You guys let me know if that would be something that you would be interested in, just, you know, like a random scrap collection, or maybe we can go by weight or by number of items. I'm not quite sure, but let me think about it, and if that's something that you might find interesting, let me know. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see if I can make that happen, and so it's, you know, logical and realistic for everybody. So yeah, I think that sounds like fun. And I do have a lot of scraps, and I think they're kind of cool scraps. I know if I came across them, I'd be like, oh, those are cool. You know? Did anybody watch South Park? Cool. I can't say it like him, like Cartman would say, oh, that's cool. No, that was horrible. Never mind. I retreat back into my little crafter world. Okay. Crystal Gertz, maybe it's Getz. How do you acquire these wonders, Pam? What a wonderful selection. I wish I could have snagged one of these happy kits she's referring to. I think I just went through how I acquire these things. Oh, the other thing was, once people know what you're looking for, if you start to make some, what I call quote unquote connections, I mean, there are people who go to hoarder houses and things like that. And if you make connections with these people and you say, hey, listen, I am somebody who's interested in paper ephemera, and when you come across stuff, please let me know. I buy it in larger quantity, and maybe you could make some good deals that way. So that was my journey. I don't know if that's everybody's journey, but that was my journey, and it seemed to work. And there you go. It does require to put, you got to kind of be able to put a chunk of change down. But I built myself up from, you know, I worked with smaller things first, and I just slowly built myself up over time. Let me put these plain ones in a separate pile. Let me back up a little so you can see this. Sorry, I get yapping and not paying attention to what's going on in the camera. So these are Dunsies. And then we have this little guy. He's going to become one. So I'm just folding these in half. There's no rocket science here. And I did say I was going to try some of the sideways ones. Okay, so these are the horizontal ones. And this one is a sideways one. Or no, I'm sorry. This is a vertical one. This is a horizontal one. Okay, the paper clip goes this way. Paper clip goes that way. All right. What else? Okay, so that I think answers that. Let me go to the next question and see what we got. Oh, Teresa Waters asks, is it possible to show your birds? It is, but I would have to deconstruct my camera setup and go over there, and I sometimes accidentally turn my camera off when I move my camera. Maybe you have seen me do that. And but I do have some pictures of them in the community tab on my main YouTube channel page, as well as there's some on Instagram. If you go way back to my early Instagram, you're going to see some pictures of the birds. But I have an African gray and 2 lovebirds. And you want to know who's making all that noise, right? I know. Jessica Cook asks, Sunny, can you clue us in on the surprise special item that is in this happy kit? No. Sunshine is actually in training camp right now. Yes, he's down and he's practicing what it's like to stay at a little like happy place while mommy has to go maybe visit relatives. And he had a really good time the last time I took him. He was a little nervous going in last time, not this time. He was all excited. And the last time I took him, he was nervous. It was first time. This time, it's like, Mom, I can't wait to get there. Can you please get me there? And so this seems to be okay so far. So we're kind of working our way up. And little Sunbun cannot officially answer for himself at the moment. I can answer for him. Yes, yes, I can. Let's see. Okay, so yes, in order to find out what the secret items in the surprise special item bonus were, you had to buy one. It's all part of the mystique and the excitement of buying one. You get to see what they are. And it is possible the items may not be the same thing. I think in this particular situation, they were all from the same pool or categories of things, but it also allows me, if I have one-off items that are really cool and I can't necessarily put them all in everybody's, I can give a variety of different things to people that are all, like around the same value, but I'm not stuck in a category. I have a little bit more flexibility, and then I hope they bring a little bit of a wow factor in addition to already the wow factor of just how cool some of the old pieces really are. I love those old pieces. They're just, oh, I know. It's like candy. To me, it is. Everything's like candy and potato chips. I have a food problem, apparently. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Where are we? All right. Oh, here, this one's starting off good. This will sound like a troll question, but, this is by Shy Owl's Nest. This will sound like a troll question, but it isn't meant that way. How do you tear apart these ancient treasures and not have tremendous guilt? I found one and cried like a damn baby. I could not tear it apart. Been there, totally understand, stood in your shoes. And you don't ever have to tear apart a book. That's not necessarily necessary. This was my journey. Initially, it was hard. I started to save all my books from the 1800s, and I started to acquire quite a few, and I thought, these books are doing nobody any good because they're all sitting on my shelf, and I can enjoy them and feel them and touch them, but I can't let you know what that feels like unless I actually hand you a page. So to me, I look at it as, yes, there is a sacrificial lamb of a book that must lay down its life in order to spread its little pages among many others who may now have an opportunity to appreciate and enjoy the textures, the smells, the thought that the book might be so old it's over 100, maybe 200, sometimes maybe 300 years old. Yes, yes, we haven't gone there yet, but we may. That's right. I just feel that those particular books that I come across might serve the universe better by sharing themselves with others, because, maybe you're going to get an old book. And I'm not saying we should tear up all old books. No. But I'm saying that maybe a sacrificial lamb might inspire more people to get inspired about history and about coming across old things and wondering about what life was like back then, where if I have a pile of books on my shelf and nobody sees them or ever opens them or ever reads every single page, I mean, really, how many books do we read every single page? It's rare. There are many discarded, unwanted book pages out there that never see the light of day. As much as we want to think that we are honoring them, keeping them whole, they will never see the light of day. And I'm just one little mouse out here in the universe who just thinks it's kind of fun to share them and put them in everybody else's hands so you can get excited about them too. And it took me a long time. Honestly, it took me a long time before I could... initially, I thought there was going to be blood. I was cutting apart book. I'm sure the book was going to bleed. It was going to be a massacre. It was going to be horrible. And then it wasn't. And then I started incorporating those pages into art and collage and tucking them into pockets and tucks and things like that. And it became fun. And then people would say, oh my gosh, I would get these, folks connecting with me saying how much it made a difference if they could look back on a recipe from the 1930s or look at an old milk bottle cap, from the 1950s, or what memories it evoked. And a lot of I remember whens would come out. And I realized that this was awakening or jostling people's memories or introducing them to times that they have never lived in, where they could look at old advertisements, just things that are from the past. I don't know. History was never really interesting to me in school, and now I have this resurgence of fascination with well, I don't know if it's a resurgence. It's a surgence of fascination for historical things and what they truly meant and what life was really like. And I'm finding out I'm not alone. Okay. And if it does upset you, don't look. If it does upset you, don't do it. You know, simply don't do it. And it's not mandatory. You don't have to. You can certainly have tons of fun junk journaling and use all brand new stuff or just maybe junk mail and that kind of thing. There are no have-tos. I don't want anybody to ever feel pressured like they have to go buy old stuff in order to truly be a junk journaler, because that's not true. Nothing could be further from the truth. No, it's just you and paper. You and paper. And if you make a book-like thing, you're a junk journaler or a junk journal maker. And that's it. That's it. So I'm just taking these little cutesy shapes here, having some fun with them. And what's this? Got to pick it up. Oh, that's a cute little button. All right. Well, let's just glue on some basic things first, and we'll figure out. We can go fancy town after that. Where's the, oh, yeah. Want to know where my paper clip is. Where's up? Where's up? Okay, are the paper clips up? The paper clips are up. Okay. All right, where are we? Oh, yeah, we're good. Okay, next question is going to be, oh, Sweet Pea Crafting in the Burb. She says, sis, do you have 5 book corners in, sis, you do, I think she's telling me, yeah, I put 5 book corners in the bag of the smaller bronze colored ones, just in case. Sometimes you lose one or it goes awry, something like that, when you have little pieces. So I did put an extra in there. That's kind of like when you get a thing from IKEA and they give you one extra screw in the bucket, in the packet. That's what I was thinking. I don't know why, I was just in that mood. But thank you for pointing that out, Sweet Pea. I do appreciate that. You are a doll. And who do we have next here? We have Vicky Antonio, Craftopia asks, buttons are addictive, yes. What is the best way to organize junk journal supplies? I have all my laces and bobbins, laces on bobbin cards and in drawers, but there are so many different items we use to make journals, it's overwhelming. Absolutely. You can spend hours and days and years organizing your craft supplies and then never use them because sometimes we can over-organize them. I've done that. I am absolutely guilty of that. Looking for my brown dauber. Brown dauber, where are you? Cannot find it. Nope, still haven't found it. Where could you be? There are only so many places in this world you can go. Okay, fine. I don't need you anymore. I'm not talking to you, brown dauber. Where are you? Nope, can't find you. All right, I'm just going to use pink dauber. Yeah, the heck with you. There are other colors in the basket, you know. I can't find my brown dauber. I'm lost. What were we talking about? Oh, buttons and organizing. Oh my gosh. Vicky, let me tell you, it's almost like I had to come to some sense of rationalization about the whole organizing thing, because the minute I organize, and I can spend hours and days and years organizing, the minute I start crafting again, it's utter mayhem. I don't know what it is, but it's like somebody let a ferret out in the drawer and it ran around all night, and then I come back the next day and I look and my beautiful organization of things is all, you know what I mean? But I really do, I kind of have to do it at least once a year, which I call a big organization, because it's just beyond control. Like I have no idea what I have anymore. And if I don't do that, I just keep going out and buying other stuff. And then I have to keep jamming it into the drawers that are already full. And it's just, it's you know what I'm talking about. Maybe you've been there. Yeah. And yeah, you down on the 3rd row back center. I know. I've seen your drawers. Not those drawers. No, the other drawers. Yes, I've seen those drawers. Yeah, you're not alone. It happens to all of us. I do not live in an Instagram picture perfect craft world. I gotta get stuff done. I just gotta get stuff done. And there is mayhem and stuff. And it's on the floor, it's on the ceiling, it's over there, there's piles over here. Sometimes I shove stuff over there where I know I shouldn't, but I do, and I end up creating mountains. And then I got to dig through the mountains and find out what I'm looking for. And eventually, I just hit a breaking point where I say, all right, enough, you got to clean your crafter and Pam. And there we go, we start to clean. There are a lot of different ways you can organize, in drawers, in boxes, in closets, in, you know, they have all this fancy, expensive stuff that you can purchase to organize. One of probably the most expensive thing that I've purchased are my little wooden drawers, apothecary little drawers. They're cabinets, actually like they're chest of drawers. Printer drawers, map drawers. If you can find any of those, they're shallow, and that way you don't pile too many things on top of each other. And right in there, when you start piling things on top of each other, is when you lose track of what you have. If there is some way you can just put like items, you know, like items here, the odds are you're going to see it again, and then you can move forward and craft. But if you've got stuff covering up other stuff, this stuff here doesn't exist. No, it's not there. It's not in your world, your universe. It's covered from you, shielded, like the cloak of invisibility. And that's when you can actually find you can go shopping in your own place again, because you start becoming the ferret and you go through that, and all of a sudden you got all sorts of toys to play with. That's what happens. Okay, Barb White asks, I always have a difficulty finishing the title on my journal cover. Would you do a video on different types of titles? That's actually a good video idea. Just some random thoughts on it. You don't even need a title. It's not mandatory. If you want to, like sometimes people name their journals something like, this is my journal named Emma. But they don't actually put the word Emma on the front of the journal or in the journal anywhere. But they just do that to distinguish it in an online shop so you can tell one journal from another. That's one thing. Now, if you actually want to put a book plate on the front of your journal, I would say the easiest thing to go with is journal. Not easy to find a rubber stamp that says journal. I looked on eBay until I finally found a used one, and I cut it apart. Before that, I was taking those little letters, you know, those little tiny letters, these things, and like painstakingly forming the words and then trying to stamp, which is not bad if you're only making one journal, not bad. And you can hold it together, like a bunch of them together with an elastic band, which will make the word more stable. But I highly recommend, if you're going to do that, don't just stamp once. Take a piece of paper that you like maybe some of this first page of a book page or of a book or something like that, and stamp a bunch of them, maybe 2 inches apart, and just so you're going to have a whole sheet of them, because it's much easier to assemble once and then do a bunch of stamps. And that way you can tear them off when you're ready. You could even take a strip like this and just stamp down the strip. So if you have strips and you don't know what to do with them, there you go. Some other nice words. I mean, any words that seem comforting or inspiring to you. Inspiration, thoughts, dreams, you know, whimsy. Don't like that word. What else? You know, like words like that evoke something from you or from whoever you might be making the journal for. Yeah. I mean, there's like, let's do a little thing. Let's everybody put, if you're going to put a word on the front of a journal, other than journal, which is too easy, maybe give us 3 words that you might like to put on the front of the journal. It could be 3 words that make a little sentence, like dreams come true, or 3 different individual words that you would like to use on the front of your junk journals, like dreams or wishes or inspirations or something like that. I know, I took all the good ones. But let's just do a little random pool, and that way we'll all have a nice pool to draw from. Okay, so those are my 3 because I went first. Okay, I did say I was going to make this, didn't I? Okay, so let's just make that. All right, so now, since I'm using the smaller one, this was on a bigger one. Can you see that? I only have the smaller ones right now, right? Yeah, I think so. So I'm just gonna make a smaller strip. I think maybe I can do some of this. Yeah, what are you doing? You're not doing anything here. I think there's a piece in here that's definitely small enough. Oh yeah, it's totally easy. Okay, so, well, maybe zoom in so we can see what we're talking about here. Now, the little opening is here. That's not what we want. We want to go on the inside. The inside, yeah. And then, nope, not like that. Like this. Yes, like that. What can you see? And then we're going to fold it up. Okay. We could actually do it like that. Let's do it like that. That's better. Yeah. So, have it be together here and then separate. Not like the 2 pieces that are separate down here. And it's easier to glue, I think. I think as long as it's glued, it's all fine. But this is another fun way to do altered paper clips. There, now you have like the little flag style. Now, one thing to be mindful when you're doing the horizontal paper clips is that these have a right way and a wrong way. So, this one right now, because I haven't decorated yet, but let's say I came along and I made the very important decision of putting this on there. So now we have a focal point. All right, go on there. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right, now this guy, I would call him a lefty because he has the he has the design on this side, and his little two loops are pointed that way to the right. So when we put him on a page, it's going to go like this. Okay. So, but now if I did it this way, we wouldn't see his prettiness. So that sort of defeats the purpose. So if you're working with the horizontal design, just remember wherever your two loops are, that's the side. Like you want to, this is one is going to come, actually this is coming from the left. Did I say left? Yeah, he goes on the left side of the page. Yeah, so when your book opens, he would be on this page. Yeah, book opens and he would be on this page. Yeah. I think you get it. Okay, but that is that. Let's ask another question. Here we go. All right, that was a good question. Okay, Barb, did I ask that one? No, we did that one. Okay. Victoria Anders asks, what is your top favorite thing to use in a journal? Paper. Okay. Maybe that's a little broad. I think that, you know, honestly, one of the things I really get excited about using in a journal is nature. I love to use dried leaves, dried flowers, dried petals, and things like that. I think that is such a nice, fun find. It gets me outside looking around, trying to find fun things to use in my junk journals. I get to play with my little micro flower press. And I just got some baby's breath I'm drying, and I love to add a little piece of baby's breath. I mean, whether or not it stays intact forever, it may or it may not, but I'm okay with that. And if you put enough Mod Podge on something, it's going to stay. You know what I mean? It just is. And but leaves and things like that, you can definitely coat on the back and the front, and then coat them over after you put them on the page. That works out really nicely. Petals do well too. Yeah, I would say that was the first thing that popped into mind. I probably have about a million things, so that's a hard thing for a junk journaler to narrow down. What is your top favorite thing? Oh, that was a toughie. Okay. Okay. Jen R says, I am very tired, so that may be why I fell for Sunny's discussion with you. Haha, not really, but enjoyed the conversation. She's talking about altered paperclips with buttons. Craft chat. Okay. And, okay, there must be a question here. Hang on. Oh, no, maybe not. She was just making a point. Okay, thank you. Tracy asks, question for you. Is it worthwhile to pay for a company LLC prior to starting an Etsy store? My brother seemed to indicate this might be a good idea to protect you if someone sues you for some stupid reason. Yes, I would recommend if you're going to do it as a business. I don't know why, but the amount $600 comes to mind. If you're going to make more than $600 crafting and selling, then you really want to formalize your business, and it's better for you, it's better for your customers, it's better for everybody. And I would say everybody, I would do it. I just think it's a good idea. Yeah. It's not that hard. My husband helped me get that set up, which did help. But there's certainly, you can get your accountant to help you set that up. It's not a huge deal, but I think it's a very good idea. Yes, and there's what I call the unfun part of having the craft business is all the accounting and the paying of the taxes and all that kind of fun stuff. But that's life, and that's what we do, and it's okay because it's just part of it. It's not all crafting fun and games, everybody. It's there's stuff going on in the background that's not as fun, but that's just part of life, right? Got to pay your taxes. And I'll do one more question. I think, what are we doing time-wise? Oh yeah, we're good. We're ready for our Scrappy Contest Winner. Okay, I love all the little clusters, so cute. And after you make a bunch of them, how do you store them until you are ready to use them? Oh, absolutely. I will show you. This is my master plan. This is very ingenious. I'm sure nobody else is doing this idea. Okay, I have a box and I labeled it clusters, and here are my clusters. So these are just random clusters. What are you? You're not even a cluster. And like they're all clusters. And whenever I come across little scraps and little bits and bobs, I just staple them together and in here they go, and then they are ready to use. They're so handy and so beautiful, and the texture and the little bits and pieces of the different types, I think are just, I don't know, there's something about when you put them on paper that they just bring the paper to life. I don't know, and the oddest little pieces, like this is a piece from an old, probably 1800s book, and a piece of fabric, and I just thought, nope, I got to save those because I think they're cool. And some thread. I mean, you know, like that's like a little ball of thread, an old book, and a piece of fabric. I mean, it can be anything. It can be anything. And like here, what is this? These are beautiful little pieces of whatnot. I think somebody made that for me. Thank you. But here's, you know, a little example of whatnot. If you want to hide the staple, you can just stamp or punch a little piece of paper and cover it, or just tear a little piece of paper, or put a little fabric thing, or a bling, or a stickles, or Nuvo drops, or whatever you want to put on there. I don't mind the staple look, but I sometimes cover it. And here you can do the layered design. I mean, there's like a million things you can do. Okay, now we come to the time where I'm going to say a few things first, because I sometimes accidentally click off. Right now, there's 25% off in my merchandise shop, which, if you like the phrase create with reckless abandon, or everything is a craft supply until proven otherwise, you can get that for yourself or a loved one or a family member or a fellow crafter on a t-shirt, sweatshirt, zipped hoodie, mug, tote, or water bottle. And yeah. Also, what else is going on? Where are we? Friday. We're Friday. Okay. If you don't know, I have a free monthly emailed newsletter. If you would like a free digital image emailed to you every month, a checklist of supplies that junk journalers should keep their eyes open for as they scour their universes, a note from the bookmaker that you can print out and use as you like. You can. This explains what a junk journal is and how to use it, so I like to tuck it in the front of my junk journals to kind of give people an explanation of what on earth they just received. And you can change the wording and the font style and everything, or you can use it as is with my blessing. And my videos come out Mondays, Wednesdays. Oh, they're also in there. There's junk journal tips, updates from me, peeks at my DigiKits, and other things as I remember to add them. And videos. My videos come out Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, 7 a.m. Eastern Time. My podcasts. We cover junk journaling, paper crafting, life of a crafter, and answering your crafty questions. And those new audio material comes out every Tuesday and Thursday. But if you are... I also do video podcasts, which are shown every other day of the week on Spotify. You can watch the video podcast, or you can listen to the audio from the video podcast on any other platform that you want, that you normally watch or listen to your podcasts on. A video podcast, that's just, to me, that's a YouTube video. Okay. I have an Etsy shop where I sell vintage DigiKits, which are printables that you purchase the computer files from me, and then you can print them out and use them in your junk journals. They come in with 5 pages of multiple different images in categories such as birds or Victorian or celestial or dragonfly, butterfly, Renoir's paintings, Monet's paintings, mystical maidens, medieval and magic, I mean, all sorts of them. There's like over 180. You have a lot to pick from, and have fun at it. And if you don't have a printer or you don't like to print, I do offer a print and mail service. If you give me the name of 10 DigiKits, which means you're going to get 50 printed pages, I do it on lightweight cardstock so that it's very easy for you to cut these images up and just use them immediately as junk journal cards or pockets or tucks or belly bands or journal cover, focal points, things like that. I will do that for a flat fee. It's a flat fee that also includes flea priority shipping. That's right. And okay, so I also have an Amazon shop. If you're looking for, I know, it's too many shops. One day I will pull all of this together. I don't have my act together that well yet. If you're looking for favorite tools and supplies that I use, I do try and put links to most of the things that I can find links for in my Amazon shop. And I'm an affiliate for that. What does that mean? That means I do get a small commission if you buy something with one of my links, but you do not pay more for the item if you use one of my links. And also, it not only, I don't know why it is this way, but it is. If you come in through one of my links and you're like, well, I don't really like that pair of scissors, Pam, but I like this other pair of scissors that I just see on Amazon, that will also help my store, but you don't pay more for those items. I just want people to know that. And merchandise shop we talked about. And oh, you can find me on Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook. Come and join our Facebook group. We're having a lot of fun doing weekly and monthly challenges over there. And now on for the big shoe. We are going to do the, oh no, this is how I do it. I forgot, I was training myself how not to accidentally turn the camera off. I don't take it out of its little happy house here. I'm going to just clear the deck and move my computer. So hopefully I do this right. Okay, excuse for any interruption. Pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Yeah, okay, all right, here we go, Wait a minute. Clear the deck, Pam. All right. Okay, where are we going? Oh yeah, YouTube random comment picker. Okay, here we are. All right. Can you see that? Can you see it? Okay, so as you can see, there are 587 comments on this video, and we are going to see. Now I'm going over here, and I'm going to move us over here. So your odds, again, I must say, are much better than the lottery, right? So we have like 587. Somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to win. And oh, if you win, you can still enter for the following week. That's right. So it doesn't matter. You can enter as many times as you want. You can put as many comments below as you want. You're not limited to just one comment. You can put as many as you like. And also, you can keep entering every week. So if I pull, so this week, if you put a comment on this week's video, that'll be, the winner will be drawn from next Friday. Okay, so now today I'm looking at last week's video on Friday, and that's where we're pulling these comments from. So here we go. All right, enough yapping, Pam. Just, okay, let's pull that up so everybody can see. And watch close because it shows the names, and you might see your name fly by, or if you're really lucky, it might land on it. Here we go. Where's the little, oh, okay, go. Here we go. Who's it gonna be? Oh, RMD Designs. Congratulations. All right, congratulations, RMD Designs. You win the Scrappy Contest this week. So, let me just back up here. Well, no, I'm not going to touch anything. All you need to do if you win, contact me by next Thursday. That's right. Just contact me in the next 6 days. Let me know, hi, I won your contest. Here's a perfect mailing address that you can ship a big pile of scraps to my place, Pam. And you got it. And no problem. And we go from there. So if you didn't win this week, get your name in there this week and you might win next week. So, okay. So I think with this, we will wrap it up. I hope you're having a fun-filled day. Remember, fun can be simple. Create with reckless abandon. I'm sorry Sonny's not here, but I'm going to get him in a couple hours and everything will be dandy and he'll be back to contribute a lot more. And I know he misses you guys. So take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.